Hello YouTube. I am in the throes of doing some repotting. I started some lovely little green beans. I'm putting them in the soil. I thought they would be ready now. Here are some beans that didn't quite make it, but that's okay. The cycle of life and everything, whatever. But at least I got 6. That's all I cared about. I do have one right up here in this one. It's not seen because much like how this little tail here was on, I believe it was this green bean here, and it kind of broke off. So I was hoping that maybe if I put the other one in the ground, maybe it would do what it needed to. So fingers crossed. But so far I found that the method that I chose to do this was to just dump all the dirt in and hope for the best. Well, I realized that was not the method to go with. So I am going to take out half of the dirt in each one of these, maybe a little bit more than half, and I am going to plant a nice little hole in the middle. So that's still not enough. I'm going to go ahead and grab some more. One out of there. There we go. And I'll just take it, and then I'll take my finger and I'll push the dirt up on the sides just to make it a little easier, so that way I can actually do what I need to. Then I take my lovely little sprout that has sprouted. Look at those lovely little roots and everything. It's got little leaves already. Super excited. Hopefully this all works out. So I'm just gonna go right into the middle. And if I had 2 more hands I should say, I would be able to take all of this. So I'm just gonna try to hold you there with my foot and use both my hands to do this shit. Oh, pardon me. So go ahead and push that on down. Grab some more dirt. You go ahead and push that on down. And you see how it's kind of leaning? I try to take the dirt and help it out on the side it needs it most. So that way it'll kind of stand up on its own. Because that's what needs to happen. There we go. Just keep on putting in there. There we go. And then once I'm done with all my green beans, I'll move on to the next few that I have. So there we go. And yeah, it's still leaning a little bit, but as the sun happens and they continue to grow, they'll be able to branch off and grow straight and everything, and we should be good then. So I have 5 right here. I do have one more. So perfect. I have a planter of 6 of green beans. And of course, I'm not going to need all of these green beans because it's just me and my boyfriend living together right now. So I will probably go across the street to where his parents are and give them some sprouts for their garden. Their garden it shadows my garden. Like, my garden is nothing compared to theirs. You know, they really, they've been doing this for longer than me. You know, I would say within the last 5 years, 6 years, maybe 7, is when I really started to get into gardening. So, because as a kid, you know, you don't really see the results. You don't really have much to be proud of. And I'm hoping that, you know, I hold on to a lot of the stuff that I've learned and hold on to the stuff that I think is important and pass it on to my kids when I have them. You know, I don't have any yet. But I'm going to try to instill a little bit of pride in them so that way they're like, you know what, I did this. This is mine. I'm proud of it. You know, that's all that should matter, is that you love it. 'Cause forget everybody else. If you love it, that's what matters. Now, if it's out to intentionally harm people or intentionally do something wrong, and you know, that's kind of different. But there we go. I got all my little green peppers planted, or my green beans planted, and I just love that the sun's coming out, and it looks so good on them. Oh, I'm so excited for how this is going to turn out, because the rain in the sky is most definitely coming. So, absolutely fantastic. That was the easiest thing that I've ever done, and I didn't think I was going to be able to do it. I know it seems kind of dumb, because it's like, well, that's simple, that's easy to do. Plants in dirt, but you know, sometimes you just don't quite get that lucky to just have plants in dirt. So, but also with it, I think maybe that's what I should have done with the green beans to begin with, put them in dirt, because I think maybe that would have been more beneficial. But so now it's time to go on to the next ones. And the next ones I plan on doing are my serrano peppers, which it looks like I have a couple more sprouts than what I have boxes for. So I got five sprouts going on here, 5 more sprouts than just a normal 6. So I guess it's a good thing that I have this too, this extra little box here that's all torn and tattered and mafaggled. See? But it'll work. It'll do. It'll do whatever. So, since this one is a little bit smaller and the sprouts aren't quite as easy to handle because they're small and, oh no, water everywhere. Yeah, of course y'all saw that. But this should be a little bit easy without completely, I didn't mean to do that. Not completely ripping these things apart, even though I just ripped the freaking root off of one. I really hope that doesn't do anything to it. Hopefully it'll stay good. That was not planned. So, as you can see on these ones, they are itty bitty with their long little tails. So I'm just gonna pick one up like so, and so carefully, just try to carefully pull it off of this paper towel here, and it should come. There we go. Nice happy little plant there. Oh, come on, camera. Yep, nice happy little serrano pepper growing. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in. Sorry, you dropped it. Oh, I'm dropping. Put that in the dirt. There we go. And we should be good. Now, since these are a little bit smaller, I won't need to take out near as much dirt. But I don't also want to cover them completely to where they can't grow. So let me just go ahead and do that much. I'm gonna go. Bloop. Oh. Well, I guess maybe put it in there a little bit better, huh? Oh, come on now. Don't be tame. There we go. And let me just try to get it up a little bit. There we go. Good little serrano pepper. You are the beacon of hope. Because you all are the ones that help me out understanding that I can do this. So, there we go. There's one. He's tiny there, but right there he is. Look at him, just being a happy little pepper in the dirt. Oh, so happy. Such a good time. We're just having fun. That's what we're doing. Like Carol Baskins killing her husband. I probably can't put that on YouTube. Oh well. Shit happens, right? Oh, crap happens. Sorry. Trying to be family friendly. Well, most of my family friendly people that I follow on YouTube cuss and stuff, so I mean, I'm not trying to be like them, of course. I don't have a real reason to cuss other than when stuff don't go right the way I hoped. But, I mean, to each his own. Let bygones be bygones. Let people do what makes them feel good and happy. So since these... Oh, that felt weird on my finger. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. Time for the blackout. But, ooh, I'm back. Yeah, sitting on a hardwood porch really doesn't do anything for you. Really hurts, don't it? Let's see here. So this is just what I'm doing today. Trying to, well, first of all, trying to figure out how I can hold this thing without actually holding it and have it do what I need it to. But that's I'm just trying to do this. Just trying to plant some plants. Just trying to make it so y'all can see me planting these plants. Because, you know, I made YouTube and, well, Becca made me a YouTube, which most of you know her. She's my stepmom, so Becca, that's her channel. But, and she covers a lot of sewing stuff and crafts and whatnot, but I figured I wanted to do a little bit more slice of life, you know. I know my next video that's going to be coming out is going to be on how to make masks for the pandemic. So, or not even how to, because I personally don't know how. You know, I just figured that this time around with my sewing machine, and I would give it a whirl, because why not, you know. Plus on top of that, you make money off of them. I'm not trying to make money off of something that's so disastrous like this, but I mean, the stuff that I need to make them isn't cheap, and it's not like people are just giving it away. You know, if they were just giving it away, I would have started doing it sooner. But from what I can tell, nobody is just giving away this while I'm doing it. Oh, I might. Ooh, yeah. But let me just block it so y'all can't see it. So I just try to keep that lovely little seed head right up there above the dirt. So that way it can still get sunshine, because it's, you know, that's how these were sprouted. They were sprouted in a paper towel with water and sunshine. So, I mean, it's just what happened. And it's okay if just a little bit's poking out like that, because, you know, you can't really see it. But that's more beneficial for it, because it knows that all of the roots are covered and it can continue to grow. So I'm just gonna keep on going here. Get this phone to, yeah, there we go. Slide my box there, phone. So yeah, unfortunately, I am not as suave and savvy with their devices trying to get this stuff to work, because I'm using my hands, dude. I don't even have tweezers for my freaking plants. So, I mean, I'm doing it all by hand, just doing the best I can, don't hate me. But, no, I guess seed head fell off of that one. Yep, turned into a nice, lovely little sprout. So I'm just gonna go ahead. Oh dear, that's not good. Come on now, don't do this. Just split. There we go. Set that right there. And this sprout, because see, as you can see, the seed head fell off of this one, and that's fine, because right here, are the little leaves that will grow. So, like I said before, you just have to make sure that the little leaves are above ground, so that way it can sense that it's roots are covered, that the sunshine is out, and it is time to grow. There we go. Look at him. He's just so tiny. Just a tiny little plant. Just a tiny plant. Trying to get that wonderful, wonderful sunshine that we have so much of, but can't enjoy because of the pandemic. And I mean, in a way, that's why I'm doing this, because I'm tired of not being able to have food, y'all. Might as well grow some freaking paper trees so that way I can have toilet paper too, because, you know, everybody buying it out and being stupid about it. I need butt paper. Butt paper. Need it. Do you really? Do you really need 13 packs, Karen? I mean, each pack itself contains 40 freaking sheets of roll. Well, more than that, but you get what I'm saying. Oh, it's got a nice long little root system. I'm just going, oh. And yeah, you're going to hear a lot of noise from the road because I'm actually right off the road. So, you'll just have to be patient with me when it comes up to that. It's kind of inevitable. It's just going to happen. But hey, we're all just having fun, ain't we? Oh no, this little guy does not want to go into the ground. Sorry, you guys. I just have to leave you out of it for a hot minute because I need to get this plant in the ground. Because it is fighting me. Something fierce. I just want him to be happy. That's all I want. There we go. Now he's going to be happy. Covered in all that dirt. Going to be well taken care of. And the thing is that I'm moving these guys inside. I'll move these guys inside so that way the cold won't get them and I can keep an eye on them and make sure that they're actually growing. Because sometimes if you're not careful and you leave your plants out for too long, the cold will get them from frost because, you know, where I live, we still have yet to have the last frost before spring. And for some reason, it's gotten a little chilly and I can't quite leave these guys outside even with a protective cover to keep them from getting scorched or frankly, from getting frozen and getting frostbite and dying. So, I mean, it's just, I'm working with what I have, and I don't really have much. Oh, I just broke the friggin' root off of that one. Go ahead, pop that in there. But it's okay if you have to cover them all the way. I just like to leave the seed head out, so then that way it can continue to grow in the way that I hope it does. You know, I mean, there's many different ways how people do this stuff. I'm just doing what I do. I'm just saying what I do. You know, it's if it feels right to you, then continue to do you. If it doesn't feel right to you, then stop what you're doing, reevaluate the situation, and do what feels right. It's not hard. In the great words of Letterkenny, figure it out. So, now these ones, of course you can't really see all that much, but right there's 1, right there's 2, right there's 3, 4, and 5, and 6. So, there's one little thing of them. And now, time to go on with the rest. And I've got 4 that I can move. So, I'm going to, once again, drill my little hole in the middle. Make sure it's nice and sturdy. And since this one has a smaller tail, you need to be very careful with it. This one has a small root coming out of it. This one can actually get put all the way into the ground. See? So small. So I'm just going to go boop, right into that little hole there. Alright, there he is. So I'm just going to cover him up. And if he doesn't sprout, that's okay, because I have a whole nother planter of them that are planted nicely. So now I'm going to do that. And take this one. Ooh. There, take this one and drop him in. So see how he just kind of fell in there? It's not what I want. I want him to be a little bit better in there. So hold on to the seed head, move the dirt a little bit out of the way, kind of push the roots down. There we go. See, now he's peeking out and saying, hello world, here I am, ready to absorb all of your carbon dioxide and give you vegetables. There we go. So see, doing this stuff is relatively easy. It's not hard to do. It takes time. It takes time to perfect your method of going about doing it. So, and this one, again, has another small tail, but that is because I broke it off of the paper towel. Now, usually people will tell you to not do that and to just take the paper towel with it. But fortunately enough, these roots didn't grow into the paper towel. Any little growing into the paper towel isn't the same as weaving into it. Like this one here, yeah, its little tip is stuck in the paper towel, but it's not like it is going to take the whole paper towel, you know. Like, let's see here, like that root right there, that one just kind of broke, but see how it's stuck into the paper towel? It goes down into the paper towel. You know, with that, you are supposed to just very carefully break the paper towel and you can get the root out, but I didn't. I just pulled it off. I did that with several of them, and now I'm kind of regretting it because I didn't try to get the whole root. So hopefully I didn't damage any of these seeds to the point where they won't grow. Now, they still got a lot of root, and they still got the seed head. You know, they still got the husk on the seed and everything, so hopefully it should still be okay. There, now there's two. Now, before it gets too late, I will mark these, so that way I don't get confused. But that will have to wait. So I am going to put this on pause so that way I can finish planting my plants, and I will show you the result after.